that needs to change.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. In the backcourt, it's Dinwiddie and Beal. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Caldwell Pope and Harris at the 5 down low. And for the Pacers, Slim is out there with Rain Man. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Buddy Hield. And it's Halliburton in at the point. Dinwiddie with the bucket. When you know you're on a championship contender group, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year?
Some of that depends on the leadership you have in the locker room. Certain guys have an ability to keep everyone engaged and motivated and also loose and light in that locker room. So it does matter.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. And midway through the season now, the power rankings starting to show a more complete picture. Taking a look at Phoenix. They're playing really well, moving up now to the top spot in our rankings.
You know, right now for the Pacers, they've gotten into a bit of a rut. The season hasn't gone as they had hoped. You just get the feeling that they're somewhat discouraged right now, and that has them with an inability to break through.
Here is Slim. And again, the turnover by the Pacers.
Washington ball.
And here are the Wizards now. Dinwiddie kicks to Caldwell Pope. Passes to Beal. And Harrell wide open. He shoots. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, we don't see this often from Montrezl Harrell. That's a rare jumper for him, but it's right on the edge of his range, so he got it to go down.
Halliburton in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Caldwell Pope, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first.
And the Georgia Bulldog, Kentavious Caldwell Pope. KCP earns his keep on defense.
He certainly does, Kevin, but that combined with his long-range marksmanship have carved him a nice niche in the NBA, and part of the reason the Lakers won the championship in 2020.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
On the wing, Jackson. He's defended by Harrell. Jackson against Harrell. Jackson passes to Rainman. 5 to shoot. Right side Jackson. Beal with the steal. To the middle. Here's Kuzma. And oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air. Here's Jackson and the dunk by Jackson.
Dynamic two-hand jam.
And right in the face of the defender.
Yeah, that was a tough, gritty, sandpaper-like finish.
Pope loose, and Washington will retain possession here.
Wizards ball.
And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Kuzma. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Dinwiddie kicks to Kuzma. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Boy, Kuzma superb at finding space along the perimeter and shooting the ball with confidence, and he's got great range, too.
Here is Slim. He's covered by Beal. Reese the pass to Hield. Indiana moving it around. Pass to Rainman. Just 5 on the clock. The high post shot. That one goes in. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Beal, the pass to Harrell. One-on-one fast break. And there's the pass to Reese. To the inside. Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
And Dinwiddie with some big shoes to fill. Steps into the vacancy. Westbrook left with the Wizards. Washington targeted Dinwiddie early in free agency.
The Wizards have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building, and they were able to win it for the home fans.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meet. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
All right, look who's coming out of the court. Come on to get live for your Case Mates. Look who's coming out of the court. Come on to get live for your Case Mates.
Two shots.
First free throw is good.
And Dinwiddie's very cerebral.
And you know what, Greg? I love what he said. I mean, he said, I think there's a difference between internal confidence and situational confidence. That's a beautiful, profound statement. He believes in himself regardless of his environment and attributes that belief to his upbringing and his family support.
And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And Beal kicks to Dinwiddie. To the paint. Here's Kuzma. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Kuzma's got 5.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start. Yeah, just a sloppy start. He has got to do a better job of valuing the possessions.
I agree with you. Already 4 turnovers for him. You've got to trust your offense, and you've got to trust your teammates.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
That'll be a 5-second call.
I mean, with the amount of turnovers they've committed, it's no wonder they're in the position they're in right now.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Beal gets a wide open look. And again, Washington with the triple.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. At some point, defensively, you have to take something away.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Off the inbound pass. And it's Harrell missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
That'll be 8 seconds.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
And simply put, the turnovers have been the story here in the first half.
Yeah, they've been trying to do things outside of what they can do, playing outside of themselves, and that's resulted in a lot of costly mistakes.
For 3.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And all the turnovers, guys, are hurting his team. I mean, he's continuing to just give the ball away.
Here's Dinwiddie. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Greg, last season, we saw a lot of opinions about the play-in tournament, especially from players. Where did you fall on that thinking?
Well, I'm going to put on my fan hat right now, Kevin, and I thought it was exciting. I mean, seeing the stakes get raised for those teams that are right on the edge, I think it brings more interest for teams. But if I was still playing, I probably wouldn't like it if I had locked up the playoffs and still to earn a berth.
Now Jackson. He's got 6, and that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds.
And the turnover total is staggering, and this staff cannot be happy.
Not at all, guys. I mean, all these mistakes and miscues have really hamstrung their effort.
Inside. Oh, Beal in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. Puts up a 3, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
3 points.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Just too many miscues here in the early going.
And it's not hard to see why they're down. I mean, it seems every trip down the floor,